make money, make muscles, learn game. If you're listening to me, you're a hot dude. The hot dude life is not about your physical appearance. The hot dude life is a mentality. The Hot Dude Army is a global network, and the Hot Dude Army is everywhere. Decrease your judgment of others and increase the judgment of yourself. You belong to the streets, huh?
100%.
It starts with learning dating, and then you move on to something to push humanity forward. That is the philosophy of modern life dating.
This is a textbook example of really good game.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the hottest dude of them all? You may think it's me, but actually it's you. And good morning. Good Monday morning. Welcome to Interview with the Man, episode 395. We are live, and we're talking about Western women are delusional. Now, let's set the tone. Let's set the pace for today's video. I am not making this video to sit here and cry about Western women sucking and wham, wham, wham. None of that, okay? It is purely an educational video to properly prepare the men in the Hot Dude Army to understand the potential insanity you may or may not encounter if you do make a run at becoming good with women, right? Just, you got to know, you got to know, it's just this, these are the rules of the game, okay? You know, Gary V talked about one thing, and he's Gary Vaynerchuk, really, audio really is full static? Oh, fuck. It's OBS. One sec. I got to restart. Okay. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's OBS. OBS screws up and does that clipping crap sometimes. I don't know. Anyways, we're fixed. We're good to go now. But yeah, so what, like, you know, Gary Vaynerchuk talks about this, and he says, like, hey, look, you can sit around and bitch about the rules of the game, but you're just a bullshit entrepreneur, okay? And you could sit around and bitch about the rules of dating, game, relationships, all that stuff. But, you know, if you just sit around and bitch about things, you have to understand that complaining has inherently zero value. So just stop. It's like, it's really unbecoming. Don't do it. And that's not what today's episode is. It's not a whiny baby episode. But I found some examples here just to show that, like, literally we are dealing with some extreme levels of delusion in regards to Western women kind of just clearly not living in a place where you and I live, and that is called reality, okay? So today's going to be a fire episode. And what I'm going to do is, well, I'm going to open the phone lines. If you have a I'm a crazy Western woman story, or you have dealt with a crazy Western woman story, and you want to call in and talk about it today, give me a call right there. Phone line is open. 657-383-1318. Would love to hear your thoughts on, hey, do you think Western women are crazy? What do you think? Are they delusional? If you have a wild story, believe me, I want to hear it. Call in because your voice matters. You out there, if you're watching me right now, you are part of the Hot Dude Army, and your voice matters. You matter, and your experience matters. You may not think it does, but it does. And your experience, even voicing it, that in itself will be able to help and assist men in so many things in life, okay? Earl Lance says, why did you start early? I did not start early, sir. I have started on time as usual, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I know what's happening. My assistant's setting the times incorrectly. Hold on, I got to text him right now. Let's fix the error right there. Thanks for telling me that. There we go. Cool. Thank you so much, Earl Lance. I now understand. No, the show has been starting at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time since its inception. That kind of makes sense why the numbers were kind of a little abysmal. We did, by the way, Dude Party this past weekend. Although I was drunkenly sleeping through it, the original time, over 60 people sat and waited for me to show up. And Thor texted me. I woke up at 3 a.m. and then I went live at 4 a.m. JST, Japan Standard Time, and it was just unbelievable just to see all those guys waiting for me, waiting to hear from me. So I put on my clothes. Thor, Red Pill Thor, shout out to him, man. He was the one who was sending me messages on Telegram. He says, hey, just so you know, I've been waiting for you, and the guys are waiting for you, and we still want you to go live. And I was really touched by that. And what happened was actually I got a really fantastic feedback from Dude Party when we talk about inner game, okay? So, yeah, thank you so much for you guys who watched on Saturday. We are upgrading. I've got the microphone here now. No longer have the bar blocking, so you can see both signs. Let's put the Hot Dude hotline down here so we don't cover the baby looks so cool sign, right? Let's see. Okay, let's just fire up the phone lines real quick. You guys can call in as well.
Welcome to Blog Talk Radio. Please enter your host PIN. When finished, press the pound key.
To start your show now.
Bingo. So here we go. You can be able to call
Your
in here in a
show will
second.
go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Blog Talk Radio.
Blog Talk Radio.
Scoot this way. Scoot that. I'm like, my OCD's like, why is the cool being covered? The C from cool is being covered. I'm getting wider. I've been living in the gym lately, guys. Living in the gym. I'm getting stronger by the day. Obviously I told you guys I had a little bit of the surgery, and 3 weeks ago, basically 20 days have gone by since the surgery now. I was able to get into the gym today and hit 225 on the bench press for 2 reps, okay? I am all that is masculinity. So, bow down. Be sure to sacrifice a fatted calf for me at the altar today. We're over here getting large and in charge, baby. 657-383-1318. The lines are open. If you have a crazy story about Western women being delusional, I want you to call me and talk to me, okay? Earl Lance says, I love the Instagram fitness challenge. That is right, man. That is right. Michael Strati says, 225 is my warm-up. Well, I have more crypto than you, so suck it. Michael Strati is a beast. He's a tank. And rightfully so, he's a beast in that regard. So, we're all on different levels of fitness here. and Michael Zarate is clearly above me, but that's okay. We're all here to learn from each other, myself included. So let's talk about this. Okay, we got to talk about this. So well, let's just talk about Western women in general, okay? I have a bunch of clips today that we're going to talk about here. But like, I mean, it's so hilarious. There are some in today's episode. There are some clips of violence that are going to be shown. So viewer discretion is advised. It is violence done by a police officer. So according to YouTube, that's A-okay, right? If there's violence done by a non-government agency, not okay. But if the government beats you up and kills you, you can play that. So really happy to see YouTube taking the U out of YouTube and really becoming government tube. But I digress. We will still continue. We will persist. And we will go on with today's show. Shout out to all my members in the chat real quick. We have got something pretty lit going down here. Mark your calendars, April 1st. You're going to see something, the beginning of something very big, very new, unlike anything ever done before. And the Hot Dude Army is a global network, and the Hot Dude Army is everywhere. And we will create a unified force coming April 1st. Just make sure you're watching on April 1st because things are going to be awesome. Andy Lee's in the house. What's up, Andy? Miami Beach is live as hell, apparently. Well, they are trying to shut down Miami, but because of all the Ronadona nonsense, beer bug. But hey, what are we going to do, right? We just got to keep on keeping on. Good Lord, I'm so handsome. Okay, so let me just talk to you guys a little bit, okay? Now, for you guys that are living in a Western country, okay, with the exception of, I would say, like Germany, okay, because German women are pretty feminine still to this day from what I've heard. You have to understand that if you're living in the West, the quality of women you're dealing with are literally the bottom of the barrel, okay? They are on a global ranking. They are the least skinniest. They are the least feminine. They are the least agreeable, okay? They're the least likely to want to have a family, okay? Their idea of women's empowerment is go and be a corporate slave. And then when downsizing comes or you don't live up to the standards of the your performance review or whatever, somehow it's a man's fault. So it's the blame game, and it's just the number one solution to it all is to just enjoy the decline. If you're not in the West, you should be very happy, and you should know that the probability of and the possibility, excuse me, not the probability, but the possibility of you having a very healthy and robust sex life, or even if you just want to meet one girl, you know, it's so much better. It's so much better than in the United States, okay? So we're going to talk about a couple of things. I want to pull up a couple of stats. And remember, if you guys got a crazy story of crazy over Western women, give me a call, 657-383-1318. Okay? So let's take a look at this first, okay? What I really just like to Oh man, I just love it. I love it. When I go back to America, I get so happy and so depressed, because it's just like my poor brothers. Just you don't know how how bad it is there on Ground Zero. Uh, let's talk about the number one thing that's most important first, right? The most obvious thing, okay, is obesity in America, okay? Take a look here. Health of Women and Children. This is America's Health Ranking.org. And it says obesity, women, okay? The healthiest state is Massachusetts, and with 21% of the women there are obese. That is your best case scenario, okay? Your best case scenario in America is you got to move to Massachusetts, and then you're going to see, only 21.3% of the women here are obese. So 1 out of 5 women are obese, okay? We're not factoring in overweight. We are talking about obese, okay? Definition: percentage of women 18 to 44 with a body mass index, this is the BMI index, of 30 or higher based upon reported height and weight, okay? So your weight is directly correlated to the height you are. So the shorter you are, the less you should weigh theoretically, okay? Like if you're a guy, let's say you're like 5'8", 5'7", okay? If you're weighing over 200 pounds and that's not muscle, hell, if you're 5'7", you shouldn't weigh, I think you shouldn't weigh more than 170 pounds max. Even getting up to 200 pounds really isn't, if you're 5'7", 5'8", all that muscle, that's a lot of strain on the heart as well. And that can lead to a lot of complications down the road. So you ideally, for living long in life, you want to have a lean and muscular frame, but you don't want to have too much muscle, right? Too much muscle can kill you. And I know that sounds like counterintuitive, but a friend of mine, amazing guy, 6'2", 6'3", natural bodybuilder, tank of a man, 235 pounds, something like that at the time, 32 years old, just died, heart attack. 32 years old, dying of a heart attack. You got to be careful with life, man. Life is sensitive. I don't know about you guys, but as soon as I wake up in the morning, maybe this is really dark, but I'll just be honest with you. As soon as I wake up in the morning, I just think to myself, I just experienced death and I escaped it. But this is inevitably coming from me. And I think that's part of the reason, because I'm I don't have to wake up and go to a job. I don't have to wake up and go to an office or anything. I don't have kids, nothing. I have a lot of freedom in my life. And ultimately what's kind of crazy is when you become financially free and all this stuff, you still are you still have to confront your mortality, your inevitable death. And that's something I think a lot of people don't really think about. So I'm always thinking about ways to just stay healthy, stay alive, and ideally get rich enough and live long enough that I can clone my consciousness and put it in a body and live forever. Jettison myself out to Mars with Elon Musk. Start an Airbnb out there. Be great. But, ultimately nobody wants to die. So it's pretty smart to take care of your health because being alive is great. And I think people here would agree, right? They would agree very much so. But going back to the stats here, least healthy state is Arkansas, where 40% of the women are indeed obese. That is depressing. That is depressing. I'm sorry, but if you live in Arkansas, get out. All right? Get out, please. We got some callers on the air. What do you say? You want to bring them on? Let's bring 573 on. Let's see what his crazy woman story has to be. Hey, 573, you're on the air. What's up, buddy?
Hey, how's it going? It's Wade.
Hey, Wade
hear me?
E. Wade E.
Yep.
How are you, brother?
What's going on?
Appreciate
I'm doing
you.
good. Just calling here from Missouri, waiting for Charlie's course to start here in about 30 minutes. But anyways, I enjoy your shows. I've been going through some of the older ones a little bit. I appreciate the information you put out there.
Thank you.
There's some crazy women. Hey, okay, so, I got a checkered past a little bit, but I got out of lockup here in 18, and I got with this girl that I've known her for 20 years. We were friends, but we took it to the next level, and then she started psychoing out on me, and so I broke it off after about a year. And I mean, this chick, she has constantly text messaged me and stuff for over a year, and I haven't responded. And that's the kind of psychoness that's out here, or at least around Missouri anyway.
So let's run that back. So you were dating a girl who was 18 and then she went crazy on you?
No, wait. So okay, I'll back it up a little bit.
Okay.
2018, I got out of being locked up for DWI.
Okay.
And then, I had been friends with this girl from like the 1990s. I'm 47.
Okay.
And it is my age.
How old is she?
And then, we've been friends. She's 8 years older than me.
Okay.
And so when I got out of lockup, it was kind of easy pickings, but it was a big mistake. I should have just avoided her because, it's been a nightmare ever since. So, and like I was saying, after I broke it off with her, she just constantly barrages with text messages like shame, insults, guilt, that kind of stuff, trying to manipulate me. And I don't respond. I think that drives her nuts more than anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, it's true. It's true. I mean, we're going to talk more about it today, but I appreciate you, A, calling in, and B, I've seen you've been leaving comments on the videos for me to get boosted in the algorithm. Really appreciate that, brother. Thank you so much.
No problem, man. I can do whatever I can, so appreciate it. Keep up the hard work. Thank you.
Thanks, Wade. Take care. All the way from the 573 Missouri. Odin is in the chat. He says 573. That's my area, homie. You guys should link up and become friends. Let's bring another caller on the air. Hello, international caller. You're on the air. What's up?
Hello.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Hey, I need some advice from you. So, by the way, my name's Zach from Colorado.
Okay. We're not doing advice today. It's more about calling in about your crazy stories with delusional Western women. But I mean, I'll humor you today. But go ahead. Let's hear it.
Okay. So I have this friend, and he's not really fit, but he wants to get women, but he can't. So he takes pictures of other people's children. What kind of advice could you give him?
Stop watching black pill content and being a loser. Gotcha, tomato boy. Wow, it's just funny. And the guy calls in and he talks like this. Hey, I just got a question. First of all, I think the black pill is the best way. Listen, your sex appeal is oozing through the screen. Can you please stop? It's fucking hilarious. No, I knew he was a troll. I knew it. When I see the block numbers coming in, I know it's them. But at the end of the day, you see, look, again, guys, talking about, just the Western women are delusional. Listen, Western men are delusional to an extent as well. And this guy, when he can call in and try to troll the show and do any of that, right? But at the end of the day, when I turn off this camera, I'm gonna go and enjoy my awesome life. All of you guys out there that are in the Hot Dude Army, you're gonna enjoy your awesome life. And this guy is gonna go back to his mother's basement, where he is probably obese and poor and socially retarded, and he still has to deal with the hell that is his life. So they can try and tear us down, only lift themselves up. But at the end of the day, hey, we're still winning. They're still losing. And I appreciate you guys for being losers, because losers make winners have value. So we need more losers out there, guys. I need you guys to amplify your loserness. All you black pill guys, I need you to get fatter. I need you to get weirder. I need you to like keep crying more. Keep on keep on self-destructing. Then I think that will finally be the answer to your problems. Let's go back to the article here. Appreciate you calling in, Wade. You are a good man. So let's talk about this. The article says, why does this matter? People who have obesity, defined as a body mass index of 30 or above, are at higher risk for severe illness from the beer bug. For information about blah, 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 obesity is one of the leading causes of preventable life years lost amongst Americans. Preventable, okay? Preventable. Now, look, I'll be honest with you guys, okay? Needed to stretch to get my water, okay? Now, think about it. If you are an obese person, okay, and I understand food is delicious, but okay, just for example, like in Japan, right? Girls know that they, if they want to attract a guy that's high quality man, they have to be thin. And I'm not saying like rail thin, but I'm saying skinny in the sense of like, having a nice body. You don't need to be a toothpick, but I think just having some healthy curves are a good way, and women have natural curves, right? This would be a good way for women to attract a man, right? And that's just kind of common knowledge for girls. Like for example, this is what I mean, right? Here's some girls here. Take a look here. This is like the average shape of girls here in Japan, right? These girls are a little bit curvier than the average Japanese girl, okay? But these girls right here, these girls know that the desirable shape that men want, right? And then you can see here is an example there as well. This is what I mean by thin, right? These girls are skinny. This is like nice and attractive women, okay? Even that girl, right? She's in good, decent shape here for the Asian culture, right? But girls in America, they don't even want to be skinny for anybody. They believe the entitlement amongst westernized women is so unbelievably crazy. And I think we'll go to the first clip that I have here. Again, what I'm about to show you is a clip from the Fresh and Fit podcast. But actually, let me go back real quick to read this. I want to read this obesity article because it's so important. This is the key word here. Obesity is one of the leading causes of preventable life years lost among Americans. One of the leading causes of preventable. I think the other one is probably smoking cigarettes, right? Because that's just like, look, if you're smoking cigarettes, like you're just retarded. I love you. We're friends. God bless you. But you're fucking retarded. If you're smoking cigarettes, you're literally incrementally giving yourself lung cancer. And lung cancer is a terrible way to die. Okay? You are literally fucking suffocating yourself to death at the end of your life, all because you just want to suck on some tobacco. Stop it, okay? It's preventable. It's preventable. Hey, if you're a masochist, you want to kill yourself, by all means, knock yourself out by doing. I mean, cigarettes are legal, so technically it's a form of suicide. But hey, whatever, right? The government says it's okay, so it's okay, right? Adults who have obesity, when compared to adults at a healthy weight, are more likely to have a decreased quality of life and have an increased risk of developing serious health conditions, including hypertension, which is high stress, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, which leads to heart attacks, stroke, sleep apnea. A lot of you guys don't seem to know. Serious health conditions. Sleep apnea kills you and destroys your heart when you're sleeping. And this goes for the guys who are bodybuilders too. If you're too heavy and you're snoring when you're sleeping, guys, if you love your friends, you love your loved ones, if somebody's snoring around you, it doesn't matter if you wake them up, adjust them, okay? When Charlie used to pass out drunk on my couch, and he would be snoring, I would just grab him by the neck and grab him by the chin and just push his chin back up, and so he could breathe. He'd wake up and be like, "What the hell are you doing?" I'm like, "Saving your life, idiot." And So sleep apnea is serious and should be taken care of. I've been to sleep clinics. I had the full analysis done on my body, and I had sleep apnea at one point, and I got it handled real quick. And it was due to me being a little chubby chubster. That's when I had the corporate job, and I was just stressed out all the time and being a recruiter. Good Lord, thank God those days are over. Weight stigma or discrimination and stereotyping based upon willy mates may also negatively influence mental and physical health. See, here's where they got to throw the America wokeness in there. Like, oh, we don't want to fat shame you, right? Even though fat shaming has been proven to work scientifically. I've been fat shamed, and it caused me to lose weight. Rolla called me fat for the longest time. I was like, Roll, fuck you. Sorry, I'm not like skinny fucking, I don't eat rice man like you, but I'm living life over here. But even though, it caused me to want to up my game and get to the next level and get my fitness up. And I really am grateful for my friends who fat shame me because they actually care about me, right? If your friends are not criticizing you or getting on your balls about some shit, right? They're saying like, hey, you have you're fat, or you eat too much, or your work ethic is shit, or you're fucking dumb, or you had a dead-end job. If your friends aren't telling you stuff like that, then quite frankly, they're probably still good friends, but just know the ones that criticize you in that manner, they really care about you the most. Okay. I think this is the very important one here. Obesity can also impact reproductive health in women and is associated with reduced fertility, contraception effectiveness, and mother and infant health during the perinatal period. Okay. This includes increased risk of gestational hypertension, gestational diabetes, birth complications such as preeclampsia, C-section, and postpartum hemorrhage. This is bleeding excessively after you give birth. Miscarriage and stillbirth and neonatal mortality. Of course, this is what the elites want because they want global population to go down. They don't want us reproducing. They want a small amounts of people in order to control us and put us in their little slaughterhouses, right? The cost associated with obesity and obesity-related health problems are staggering. One study estimated the medical cost of obesity to be $342 billion in 2013, okay? The market cap of Ethereum is $200 billion. Fat people, okay? And in America, there are more fat women than there are fat men. $342 billion. That's more money than Elon Musk has, and he's the richest man in the world. Again, that's more money than Ethereum. That's worth more than every cryptocurrency except for Bitcoin. Think about that, gentlemen. All you got to do is not eat. Literally, just don't eat. Stop eating so much. Stop eating calorie-dense foods and start eating nutrient-dense foods. It's a proven fact. Like, nutrient-dense foods actually have less calories in them. Beyond direct medical costs, the indirect costs of decreased productivity tied to obesity are estimated at $8.65 billion per year. I watched something recently. Did you know? For you guys that don't, who don't exercise in a gym, okay? Do you know they did a study and said that people that regularly exercise make twice as much money as people who don't exercise? Did you guys know that? That's blew my mind when I saw that. I was just like, what? And I think it comes to when it comes to joining a gym, right? There's a lot of discipline associated with it. You have to be disciplined enough to pay the bill monthly. You have to be disciplined enough to plan your day. You have to be disciplined enough to go to the gym. You have to be disciplined enough to adhere to a gym regimen. You have to be disciplined enough to adhere to a diet, right? These are all things that come together. And discipline is the backbone of all success. That's why men are more successful than women, because men are way more disciplined than women. The data just shows it. It's just pure facts. So if you want, it's not the same as a person who doesn't exercise, right? And I think bad decisions lead to more bad decisions, and I think good decisions lead to more good decisions. Like when you work out, it's a good decision. Leads to even more good decisions. When you're a fat fuck and you don't exercise, then you're drinking beer. And you're fucking, one beer is not enough. Now you got to drink 2. Now you got to drink 10. Next thing you know, you're moving on to whiskey. Now you're drinking whiskey and vodka. Now you're an alcoholic. It's like, it's not good. It's not a good thing at all. It's really, exercise is Aaron Clary said this the other day on one of his shows, and it's so fucking good, man. I'm loving his content. Aaron said, one of a man's permanent part-time jobs that he should have for the rest of his life is exercising. And Aaron goes to the gym. He says he hates going to the gym, but he says he knows he has to do it to 1, stay alive, and 2, stay physically attractive, which is so true. Who is affected? Obesity is a complex condition that can affect anyone. Knowing contributing factors to obesity include the social and physical environment, genetics, prenatal and early life influences, and behaviors such as poor diet and physical inactivity. Poor diet and physical inactivity. So the number 1 and number 2 pastimes of American people. Poor diet, because Americans eat like shit, and physical inactivity. That's number 1, too. Wall-E is going to be banned for hate speech soon because I think it's just going to be too close to reality, right? The prevalence of obesity among women is higher in women ages 35 to 44 compared to women ages 25 to 35 and 18 to 24. Women ages 18 to 24 have the lowest prevalence of physical inactivity. So the youngest women also have the lowest amount of physical activity. American Indian, and Alaska Native, Black, and Hispanic women, and compared with white and Asian women who have the lowest prevalence. What does it say? Wait. Compared with white who have the lowest. Okay, so it's saying that that Black women and Hispanic women are more obese than white women and Asian women. Okay. Those with less than some college education than those with higher education, college graduates have lowest prevalence of obesity. But that doesn't necessarily mean with obesity hitting 40% in some states, that's really not, it's really not true. It sounds better than it actually is. Those with an annual income of less than 25,000, and those with higher levels of income, the prevalence of physical inactivity increases and decreases with each. Wait, this is kind of poorly written. Those with an annual household income less than $25,000 than those with higher levels of income, the prevalence of physical inactivity increases with each decrease in income level. So I guess the poorer they are, the less active they are, which kind of ties in hand in hand. Lazy people being fat being lazy, that's what I'm talking about. The chain reaction is real. What works? Working out and not eating garbage food, right? So why I want to talk about that, right? So look, the number one thing that's overthrowing, the number one thing that's causing the delusion amongst Western women and their perceived value is overweight and obese women in America. They have screwed up the balance of the force, if you will, okay? What they have done is because, like, for example, right? Let's say this, okay? Let's say in America, there are 3 restaurants you can go to, okay? You can go to, let's just use for simplicity's sake, let's say the best restaurant is Outback Steakhouse. The middle class restaurant is McDonald's. And the shit tier restaurant is like eating food from like a rundown gas station, right? And what American women have done is they have put these gas stations all over America with crappy food everywhere. I'm like talking like boiled peanuts from like 4 weeks ago and like nasty food with mold on it, expired candy, expired food, just nasty select. You guys, we're all, majority of us here are Americans. You've ever been to like a nasty ass, gross, rundown gas station? Okay, think about that. That is the equivalent of the market being flooded with fat and overweight women. Because then you look at that nasty gas station, you think, this is disgusting. And honestly, I think a Big Mac with fries and a Diet Coke would be way better than eating this poison. But really, you're just eating lesser grade poison at the McDonald's. And then the Outbacks, they're scattered around. And you're thinking like, well, the girls who run the Outbacks like, well, shit, there's only McDonald's and old boiled peanuts at the gas stations. We're clearly the most luxury establishment here. But outside in the real world, other countries where the women are like skinny and there's like they're skinny, so they're the equivalent of like luxury steakhouses and luxury sushi houses. Nobu, Capitol Grill, Morton's, Ruth Chris, Del Frisco, right? That's the quality of hot girls that are out there in the world. But we're in America. Some of us are eating McDonald's and we're thinking we're living good. We're not. Okay? That's what happens with women. They have inflated and destroyed the actual balance in the dating market, right? And there's balance in nature and everywhere. So it's not like hate speech or anything crazy like that. It's truth. I'm going to go to this clip here from Myron's show, the Fresh and Fit podcast, which I think is an awesome, awesome podcast. So you can see with your own eyes the live levels of delusion in American women. Like this dummy right here. This is the Cardano girl. This is the girl who says like, oh, well, I love all the projects on Cardano. Really? Name one. Oh, I'll wait because we're still waiting for projects to show up on Cardano. But I digress, right? You're a life coach at 27 and who doesn't even know the fuck she's talking about. But yeah, you go, girl. You go, girl. You don't need no facts. You know, as long as it feels good, baby. As long as it feels good. Take a look at the levels of delusion here. They're here with Coach 5'6" Greg Adams, and take a look at this.
What would you rate yourself out of 1 to 10?
So they're saying, what do you rate yourself on a 1 to 10?
First question on the spot.
Really?
Okay. So the hottest girl here, in my opinion, is old muscly arms here on the far left, and that's because these two are really not much to write home about. Let's pull this back and get a quick shot.
Ooh, you got this.
Okay. So this girl on the far left, okay. This girl on the middle, and then this girl on the far right. 1 to 10 in the chat with the dash. I want you to rate them right now. Go. 30 seconds on the clock. I want you to rate these girls. I'm going to put my ratings there. I'm going to put them at 6. Those are my rankings right there. I've got, she's a 7. She's a 5. And she's a 6. There we go. Let's see, okay. All right, I'm going to start reading off some results here. So we got 9, 8.5. Brandon LeBlanc says 5.7. What are you guys missing? I've said 3 girls, you idiots. Love you guys, but come on, pay attention. We got 7.65, 7.45, 6.55, 7.67, 6.57, 6.55, 6.57, 6.67, 6.55, 7.65, 6.56, 7.56, 4. 534 777. Okay, 2 cents. You're out of here. 767 755 666 says Wade. 175. No, that girl on the far left's not a 1. Come on. 7.5, 5.5, 6.5, 6.545 says Artemis. I agree. MGTOW by Logic says 655. Sergio's Butte says 657. 657. 741. 768 looks only. Yeah, we're talking about looks only. Looks only. 766. But the majority of people are so no one is rating them an 8 or higher. Yeah, actually, I didn't see somebody says 007. That's hilarious. Chick-fil-A delivery says 657-383-1318. Thank you so much for that one. 2 cents he's dry. Okay, you're good, 2 cents. Good. Keep on driving, baby. I'm looking back. Okay, so Chick-fil-A delivery, he's the only one that gave her a 9. I give her a 7 because she's a little manly. If she dated me, she would be more like, I would make her like exercise more towards like a figure a figure model rather than old muscly arms here. Looks like she could rip my dick off with a firm hand job. I'm trying to see if anybody else gave anybody an 8 or above. I think everybody, you see, and this is why I love men. And this is why I love this community. You know, we're not here trying to justify anything or try to make a point. We're all logically inputting our data in the chat across the world, and the consensus is pretty uniform across the boards here. So yeah, I think that's good. 2 cents says, love you, Jonathan. I love you way more than you love me, I guarantee. Girl right might get on an 8 on a good day, but she's already dressed up for the podcast. 8, this is, again, guys. Let me show you. Let me just tell you something. Let me show you something, okay? I went to this event here in Tokyo, and I'm going to show you the quality of girls that are out here in Tokyo, okay? Here's an example of just 2 chicks. Now, these are Tokyo 8s, all right? Take a look at this. This chick right here, this is a Tokyo 8, all right? Where's a good shot of her? Right there on the left-hand side. This chick, okay? She's a beast. I think she's like 6 foot tall. She's really tall. She's gorgeous, though. I met her this weekend. Let's see. And she, right here, here's a good shot, okay? You see nice legs, nice body, clearly a beautiful woman, right? That is an 8. That's a real 8, okay? This is an 8. She's skinny. She has nice curves. She's got a pretty face, okay? All natural, no plastic surgery, nothing at all that is, kind of out of the norm of, doing anything to manipulate her beauty. All natural girl, right? That's a Tokyo 8. And here you can see her in a bikini, right? Very natural. Fucking giraffe of a woman. Tall, beautiful, hottie. Okay? That is an 8 right there. That's an 8. That's a Tokyo 8. Right? So you could see right here, this is what an 8 is like in Tokyo, right? Let me show you another one. This chick also here. This chick is also a Tokyo 8. She is a little bit more thicker. However, and again, this chick right here is another Tokyo 8. She's got a cute face, right? You can see her here, and I don't know why this is sideways, but you have to turn your head. But right there, that's a Tokyo 8 right there, okay? I just wanted to give you a little perspective before we move forward in today's lesson, okay? Now, we have this panel of Western chicks. These are all American girls who are in Miami, Florida, where they did this podcast. And let's see what they have to say when Fresh says, hey, please rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10.
Ooh, you got this.
9.
9?
9.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
A 9. A fucking 9. 9. Are you kidding me? A 9. Okay? Guys, she has rated herself a 9. Look, I love myself, okay? And I'm a big fan of me, okay? And I know I'm a handsome man. I will give myself maximum 8. 8 out of 10, and that's when I'm like just Chad.com, okay? Right now, I'm not stupid, man. I would say I'm floating anywhere between a 6 and a 7, okay? A 6 and a 7. And when I'm really chatted out, 8. I would never have the audacity to call myself a 9 because I live in a strange, crazy place with the rest of you men. I live in a place called reality. Okay? Gabriel Alves is in the house. He says Walmart 9. No. You are certainly not a 9. Let's see what the Cardano idiot has to say.
Okay, and why?
Because I'm not where I want to be fitness wise.
Okay.
So when you get to where you want to be fitness wise, then you're going to be a 10. Then you're going to be the total package. Got it. Clearly, really just so happy we have some clarity on the subject now.
But if I was, I'd be at 10.
Okay, there you go.
Wait, okay, my bad. I missed that. You said you rated yourself a 10?
No. 9.
A 9. Okay.
The lie detector determined.
See, this girl here, she is the hottest one, in my opinion. She's a bit manly. That's because her competition is not that steep. It's not that steep. And she just looks really big because she's sitting next to Coach 5'6". So she's really actually probably pretty petite because he's a little guy himself.
I told you guys. I'm the mean one. Okay, sorry. What about you?
I'm going to go with the same thing. I'm going to go with 9.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer.
What?
Every night.
I understand why some guys give up.
I can feel my leg.
I really do.
My arm. Even my fingers.
A 9. A 9. Okay? I'll tell you right now, the only guy in this chat that is close to a 9 is Artemis. And he's a solid 9 out of 10 in a hot dude scale, in my opinion. Okay? Everybody else here, we're capping out at like 8, 7. Okay? I'll be the one to give it to you guys straight. And that's the thing. Guys can clearly communicate this stuff with each other objectively. And we live in reality. This is a textbook example of delusion. Western women are delusional, guys, especially for you young men out there. I'm 35, okay? Some of you guys may think I'm Grandpa MLD at that age, right? One, I'll still kick your ass. And two, is I have a lot of life experience, and I've seen a lot of women, and I've been around the world, and I've dated from so many different countries, so many different girls, like over 200 bangs at this point. And, you know, with this situation here, you just clearly see a valid case for delusion, okay? Clearly delusional, right? I mean, she thinks she's a 9.
Right?
But why?
Why the fuck you lying?
Just messing, ladies.
Because there's always room for improvement, right?
Oh, okay.
What's funny about this chick too? I should. I'm just picking up. Let me move my. I really don't. Let me. Okay. Let's. Oh fuck. You know, I'm just gonna have to turn off my camera. I really hate turning off my camera because I'm just a big fan of looking at myself on the camera. I know he's perfect, right? This chick right here, just so you guys know, body language wise, this chick is the most feminine girl. She has some masculinity to the way she looks, but actually she's the most feminine girl out of all these chicks. I want to take a look at this some real quick.
Okay.
Same thing. I'm going to go with 9.
So right here, she's listening to this girl calling herself a 9, and she starts squeezing her fingers, squeezing her thumbs and her hands, and starting to kind of feel some tension. And this is, she's not feeling comfortable in this situation right here. You could see.
All right.
But why?
Why the fuck you lying?
Just messing, ladies.
Because there's always room for improvement, right?
Oh, okay.
Watch her hands. She's very restless and keeps fiddling around.
Okay. You're right there.
So you start high.
Yeah.
And now okay, that's fair.
Okay.
It goes up from there.
All right. Fair enough.
Question.
This girl, again, going back to Cardano, right? The Cardano dummy here, who doesn't know anything about the fucking project, but wants to like act like she knows some shit on a show. Listen again what she says.
Room for improvement, right?
You.
I'm going to go with the same thing. I'm going to go with 9.
All right.
But why?
Why the fuck you lying?
Just messing, ladies.
Because there's always room for improvement, right?
Oh, okay.
That's the politically correct answer. There's always room for improvement, and just so you know, insert some catchphrase here to make me feel good about myself. Right? Always room for improvement. The audacity. And then, you know, what Western women will try to do is try to say like, oh, well, you know, I have a healthy self-esteem, and you're just like trying to bring me down with your negativity and blah, 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 blah. Right? I think it was hilarious. I have my friend, right? He's like a super toxic person. He just complains, cries about everything. And I told him, I was like, dude, you're just toxic as fuck, and like, I don't want to communicate with you right now. And he's like, you know what? The only person here being toxic is you, man. Every time we communicate, you always got something to say about my weight. You got something to say about me. Because he's obese, and he never had a job in his life. And he fucking looks at porn and jerks off all the time. And I tell him, like, stop being a loser. Get a job. Stop being obese. Stop jerking off to porn. Make something out of your life. And he's like, you know, why don't you just accept me for who I am? And blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I can't. I can't associate with you if you are going to be a fucking loser, because you're going to drag me down with you. And I don't have time for that. I'm trying to go to the top. Okay? So, again, go back to that. This chick is just... It's textbook manipulation that you'll get if you try to tell them they're anything but a 10.
Okay. You're right there.
So you start high.
Yeah.
And now okay, that's fair.
Okay.
It goes up from there.
All right. Fair enough.
Next question.
She's like 11.
No, not even. No.
See, this is the chick. Like I said, I like this chick. Out of all the chicks that I've seen on the Fresh and Fit podcast, I like muscly arms here, and I like that Mexican hottie. That Mexican girl was so feminine and so down to earth. Did you guys know? All right. I had a conversation today with a friend of mine, and he was telling me, he's like, I'm pretty sure I'm going to move to Mexico. I was like, okay, that's pretty interesting. I was like, what's your basis on that? He's like, well, America's circling dream. Gotcha. American women are fat and insufferable. Fair play. And he's like, and I've been doing some research. He's like, I'm really not considering getting married or anything, but I realized that after doing some research, the divorce rate in Mexico is only 17%. I'll say that again. The divorce rate in Mexico is 17%. In America, it's 50%. I think it's down in like the 40s now. But if you're going to tell me, hey, I want you to get married, and there is a 40% chance you're going to lose 50% of your assets and have to pay monthly child support and alimony for a minimum of 10 to 18 years. Or we could take this other risk factor where there's only 17% chance. No shit am I taking the 17% chance. Tony S. says masculinity is alive and well in Mexico as well. Oh, man. Yeah, no, JB84 says, MLD, check out the Fresh and Fit episode where they had the Mexican girl on, and she was really feminine. Tony S. says feminism is growing, though. No, feminism is dying. Okay, I don't know where this rumor that feminism is growing. Feminism is dying, and is dying at an alarming rate. I don't know who said that, but that's not true. But yeah, you know, that girl here and the Mexican girl, my favorite show. And take a look here at her response.
No, I think like a 7.8. 8.3.
Okay.
I'm gonna be.
I'll give her the 7.3. But the tattoos and the muscly body, you know, she's only 23, but she looks like she's 27, 28. No offense to the girl, but just giving it to you objectively.
Be honest.
All right.
And why?
Really, nigga?
All right.
Because I'm not always super confident, and I feel like I'm not satisfied.
Okay.
Like inside and outside.
I will say that top is marvelous.
Thanks. I got a tan.
You brought the guns out for the people. Yeah, and you did it, and you got a tan too.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So again, like I said, I would say of the three chicks there, she's the least delusional. However, The delusion is still very real. Okay, so let's go to the good stuff. What we're about to see now is going to be extreme violence, and there's going to be blood, and it's crazy as shit. So viewer discretion is advised. We'll be right back.
Thanks for watching today's episode of Interview with a Man. We're going to get right back to the show, but real quick, I wanted to take a second to remind you to please like, comment, subscribe, and turn on all notifications. Here's why. YouTube, this is how their algorithm works. If you don't like, if you don't comment, you don't subscribe, and you don't turn on notifications, what this tells YouTube is that this video right here is completely worthless. And we know that my content saves men's lives. So please don't forget, take a moment right now, hit the like, leave a comment, subscribe, and turn on all notifications. It's very simple to do. It's 100% for free. One more thing, watch time is going to be extremely important in the year 2021. So if you're watching this video, please be sure to watch it from the beginning all the way to the end. That is how YouTube knows that this video is valuable. In addition to that, you could do this in the gym, leave it playing on in the background while you work out, while you're cleaning your house, whatever you do. Just please make sure to watch the video from the beginning all the way to the end, okay? In addition to that, don't forget, please like, comment, subscribe, and turn on all notifications. Thanks so much, and let's get back to the show.
All right, we're back, guys. Thank you so much. Be sure to hit that like button, comment, subscribe. Shout out to my brothers who were watching on the replay. You guys really make up a lot of the views. Thank you so much for watching, and be sure to watch all the way from front to end. We're trying to get out of YouTube prison. They unfairly manipulate the algorithm just so maximize viewership for advertisers, and if we don't like have every razzle dazzle perfect thing here, they throttle the channel. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for clicking the like button. Again, what we're about to see now is going to see some extreme violence, and there's going to be blood. There's going to be physical violence. So viewer discretion is absolutely advised. If you're squeamish, don't watch, because it's just no bueno. One thing I noticed somebody said in the chat was my man Earl, who helped me out with the timing issue today. Thank you so much, Earl. He says the chick on the far left competes in bodybuilding. That's why she's muscular. I know. I'm well aware. I just don't find that attractive personally, and I don't think it's very. It's just you guys don't donate $100 right now. You're a beta male. You're a cuck. You're blue pill for life. Much, my man. You better send me $1,000 in donation right now.
And that's
P-Dubs, Giga Chad with the $5 donation. He says hashtag get your passport. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat, sir. I appreciate it. If you want to send a dono, click on that link right there, streamlabs.com/Modern Life Dating Channel. Oh, man. Let me tell you something, guys. We're going to get your Monday started off to a great start, because you're going to see somebody get what they deserve. Again, viewer discretion is advised. Oh, Lord, this is bad, but let's watch it. All right. So, of course, in all places, this is in the great state of California. And of all places, this is Los Angeles. And what we're having here is somebody called the police on this woman, and the police officers show up, and how she goes about handling this altercation is the peak amount of delusion that we are seeing in Western women. Get ready. Guys, don't forget, please smash that like button. We got over 170-something people watching right now. Only 104 likes. We got to get that up to 150. Don't make me stop the show like Myron Gaines and get all the likes up, beg for likes for 2.5 minutes. I'm not going to do that, but please smash the like button. Thank you so much. Take a look here. All right, here we go. So here we go. We got, here's the audio. It starts off with the audio coming right here.
Hi, 235. My name is the chats with Mobile Home Park. I've got a resident busting out all her windows, and
ooh, I'm covering the screen. Hold on, let me just get rid of this real quick. Okay. I've got a resident busting out all her windows. He's calling in for the friggin' the trailer park that she lives in, and she's busting out windows. She's being a psychopath, and yeah, let's continue.
If you guys don't donate $100 right now, you're a beta male, you're a cuck, you're blue pill for life. You better send me $1,000 in donation right now.
Slaymeister with the SEK 100. Somebody please give me conversion in the chat. He says, thanks for the crypto mindset course info. I will be a returning customer. Just win, baby. Just win. Hey, thank you so much. I really love you so much. I want to know if I can take you to Outback one day in the future. Come on down to Tokyo. I'll buy you a steak. Appreciate you. Seriously. Appreciate the donations. All you guys. And appreciate you smashing the like button. 8 people have already smashed the like. I just need 42 more of the 180 people watching. Please press the like button.
Out all her windows and threatening the neighbor next door. I went and talked to her, and she said, call the police. I'm waiting for them.
Okay, and what's the...
She said, call the police. I'm waiting for them. So, okay, let me just say something. Okay, so, like, obviously, you know, in America, if you're a minority, you're really afraid of the police. More importantly, if you're a red-pilled, educated man, you definitely do not want the police coming and dealing with you at all. As a man, you're just like, police involvement, no thanks. That means laws, that means legalities, that means fines, that means court, that means wasting my most precious asset on this beautiful earth, which is time. So most men would just be like, look, no, I don't want to I don't want to deal with the police. And so what happens is she said, call the police. He said, all right, here we go.
The address or location?
It's 21 Lassen Street, and that's in Chatsworth, California. It's space number 28, right-hand side of the park.
Okay, she's in space number 28?
Yeah, she's there now. I just talked to her. She's just hanging out, throwing crap out the window.
Okay, so she broke the windows and she's throwing items outside the window?
Oh, she's broken all the windows and throwing everything outside.
She's the resident there?
No, she's actually the daughter of the person that owned it, and they're getting evicted.
She's the daughter. She's not even paying the rent. So she's the daughter, and okay, again, failed parenting 101. Thank you, America. Failed parenting. And she's the daughter of somebody, and they're being evicted to top it off. They can't even pay their rent. And, oh, God. Get ready for some violence.
City Avenger Unit, vandalism suspect are now 210 Lassen Street.
Happening?
New incident 2452, RD 1761.
What's happening? Have a seat right there. Have a seat, or you'll get sprayed. Oh, yeah, you're gonna spray me? Yes, have a seat.
Oh, I gotta turn off the. Let me. Okay, I'm just gonna have to turn off my camera here for a second so you guys can read it. So he says, "Have a seat, or I'm gonna spray you." And for you guys that are not Americans, Americans carry something called pepper spray on their utility belt, and it's FDA approved. It's made with real pepper, and they spray it in your eyes, and it burns. It is terrible.
1704 to give me a backup. I'm in front of space 11. Sit down.
You don't fucking come at me like that, bitch. Okay, so first of all, as a man, let me just let you guys know, in man world, if you say that to another man face to face, you have to mentally be prepared for that man to potentially punch you right in the mouth, quite frankly, because you deserve it. But she says, you don't command me, bitch, to a fucking police officer. The guy legally has the right to kill her, and she's fucking running her mouth like this. If this is not the peak of Western delusion, in Western women's delusion, I don't know what it is. But let's go back to it. Let's take a look.
Turn around. Shut the fuck up. Turn around. You turn around. Okay, you're gonna get arrested for something stupid.
You're gonna get arrested too for fucking coming at me like that.
Turn around.
You're gonna get arrested for coming at me like that, officer. I have done nothing wrong. Okay, I've just got to be on camera. We're gonna move this over here. Here we go. Space travel MLD up here in the corner. Okay, there we go. Okay, I think this is good. Good little corner for me to be in. Oh man, this is so good.
I have done nothing wrong. Are
yes, you have. You've been threatening neighbors. Turn around.
I didn't threaten no fucking neighbors, you little bitch.
I have done nothing wrong.
Yes, you have. You've been threatening neighbors. Turn around.
I didn't threaten no fucking neighbors, you little bitch. Oh, God. Are you kidding me? This guy can legally kill you. Okay? It gets worse. It gets way worse.
Ain't no fucking neighbors, you little bitch.
17040
How about you shut the
verified.
fuck up? You're not even a cop, bitch. I'm walking away. You better get the fuck
Get on the ground.
And he shoots her right there with the pepper spray. Get on the ground. I'm done with you, bitch. So now she's doing the defensive kick, getting on the ground, kicking him, fighting the police officer. He's got pepper spray. He's a man. He's got pepper spray, okay?
Don't fucking do it!
You fucking bitch!
Literally getting her ass beat and fucking choked by a police officer, still talking shit.
You better get back!
You better get back. You better get back. Hey, listen, you're about to put me in a full mount and have me in the worst position I could ever be in a physical combat situation where you have full mount over me. You better get back. You better watch out.
Get back! Okay, I'm gonna shoot you! Okay, get back!
Sorry, if you're watching headphones, the audio is really screwed up on this video. Yeah, Federico, this is what I was talking about in the gym. Exactly. Take a look at this. Look at this again. Look at this whole. I'm just gonna let the whole altercation play. Turn down the volume if you're listening on headphones because it's gonna be a little distorted because the body cam. You can see he's wearing an Axon body cam. The microphone is not that good on that one. You better get back. I think this face. Look at this. Look at which way, Western woman? Which way are we going? literally having the life choked out of her. The life is being choked out of her, and she is still defying this guy, still talking shit, still physically assaulting the police officer. Western women are absolutely delusional, mate. Delusional. Japanese girls would never even think to raise their voice to a man because they know that this guy's physically stronger than me, and if I agitate him, he could potentially beat my fucking ass in a logical conclusion kind of way. Just like how I don't walk up to a big black guy and pat him on the shoulder and say, "Hey, what's up, my knee, N-word? Okay, what's up?" So if I see like a big strong Mexican guy and I'm like, "Hey, you cut any lawns today?" or some shit like that. Like, no, the guy's gonna cut my fucking throat or beat my ass, rightfully so, for being a goddamn idiot. But here, again, you just see unchecked privilege, delusion, and bad parenting. It's pretty funny that they mention she doesn't even live there, or she lives there, but she's not even paying the rent. Okay. Again, the ears, guys, protect your ears. I'm about to play this again. Take a look here.
Get back! Okay, I'm gonna shoot you! Okay, get back! I'll shoot you! Help! Please!
Now she submits. Okay, please. Now watch this. Watch how the script flips. Now you're gonna start seeing female manipulation because she's desperate. So she's doing anything she can to escape the situation. Watch how her tune and demeanor changes now. She shifts straight to victim mode. Watch this. Automatically, she's a victim. This is a video from another police officer.
Get down. Okay, take it.
Now, here's a man who is stronger than the woman, more, logically intelligent. This guy has his eyes being burned out by pepper spray. And look how the guy, he's just smart. He just knows, like, okay, this is like a logically loss. I'm not going to engage with these police officers. So, yeah, just take me into custody.
Get a car, girl. Get your car.
Don't. Put your hands right here. I understand.
He's smart enough to be, my eyes, sir. My eyes, sir, they're burning out of my skull. But he knows that this motherfucker could dump me off. He could Black Lives Matter me right now, and I will never feel eye pain again. Okay? Knows that the cop could fucking murder him.
Stop moving. Oh, my eye, sir. My eye, please. My eye. All right. Please. My eye. Stand up. Stand up.
Please. Please.
You're gonna roll your foot. You hear me?
Yes.
You got any weapons on you? Spread your feet.
I can't breathe, please.
Put your hands behind your back.
I did okay.
Look at, she's still fighting. She's still fighting. She is lost, and now she's resisting arrest.
I'm not.
No weapons?
Please.
Look at this. He's having to grab her hands and put her in a wrist lock in order for her to submit. He's literally forcing her to submit right now. Okay?
Please, I can't breathe. Please, I can't breathe. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Get it right now.
You can talk. You can breathe. I can't breathe.
I'm sorry, I can't breathe. I'm sorry, I can't breathe.
You
Please
guys
let
don't
me go.
donate $100 right
Okay?
now. You're
Do
a
that.
beta male. You're a cuck. You're blue pill for life. You better send me $1,000 in donation right now.
KW $5 super chat says, Google Russian police pussy riot and watch how Russian police deal with rebellious women. 2-minute video, by the way. I have seen that video. But we're talking about delusional Western women right now. So it doesn't really tie into the context. But remind me a little bit later, because you did send the $5 super chat. I'll play the video. Just if you could just remind me a little bit. At me in the chat, KW.
I got
Please, I have asthma.
Oh, now I have asthma, right? So at 3 minute and 26 mark, we have asthma. Okay. Let's go to 1 minute 33. So 2 minutes before.
I didn't threaten no fucking neighbors, you little bitch.
17040
How about you shut the
verified.
fuck up? You're not even a cop, bitch. I'm walking away. You better get the fuck
Get on the ground.
2 minutes earlier. Fuck you, cop. Fuck this. You're an asshole. 2. Please, I have asthma. Please, I have asthma.
Stop moving.
Please.
I'll get your eye right now.
Please, I have asthma. Please. Please get me off. I can't have asthma. I have asthma and I have a heart murmur and
she has asthma and a heart murmur. Do you see how once you corner somebody with their bullshit, how the little rationalizing worm comes out? Look at that right there.
I have something in my chest for that, please.
I have something in my chest for that.
Please, I can't get out. I'm a woman. Please stop.
I'm a woman. Please stop. Okay. Meanwhile, I'm not doing this PIP, but I think this is great. This guy saying, "Wipe me, please. Can you please wipe me?" This guy literally is being pepper sprayed, and he's just like, "Look, I know you're gonna fucking beat my ass. I know you have legal right to beat my ass. You're a police officer. Please, can you just please wipe my eyes off? They're burning, please, sir. Please." Meanwhile, at the bottom, "Fuck you. You ain't doing shit, you little bitch." Now she has asthma. She has a heart murmur. I'm a woman. Please stop.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I have a heart murmur and I have something in my chest for that, please. No. No, please. Please stop. Please. I can't breathe.
Which way, Western woman? Which way, Western woman? Look at this. I mean, it's so sad to see this, but let me go back to my little corner here. You can clearly see here. Now you have. Now she is. Now she's come to reality, right? After receiving a physical beating from multiple men, now she lives in reality. Now she wants to be agreeable. Okay? She's not a 9 anymore, says Sam Whiskey.
Wait! Get in the car. Please, I can't see. I have asthma.
So I can't see, I can't breathe, I have a heart murmur.
Please, I have asthma and I can't breathe.
Taken to jail, rightfully where she belongs. Oh, man. Which way, Western woman? Which way? Unbelievable. I love it. I personally love it. I love every moment of it, okay? We got another one here. This one's a little bit closer, a little bit shorter. This one's only 13 seconds long, but I really want to hit the point home here, okay? And that here is a lot of these chicks, they're delusional. They're delusional in regards to their value. They're delusional and to think that they could physically stand up to a police officer and just be above the law. Because you know what these girls are used to? Here's the real thing. Because there's so many weak beta blue-pilled guys in America that this girl has gone unchecked her entire life. And she has shit-talked and got... Because you have to realize, people shit-talk like that and they act like that because no one has checked them yet. And she just got checked. But these people, they push and they push and they push until they meet the wrong person who pushes back. And this guy pushed back very hard. I hope she's learned her lesson. But I feel like she's just going to continue on the path of delusion. Okay? This is another situation here. What we have here, this is a woman trying to get access to Drake and Future. Drake and Future are hip-hop artists in the United States of America, international superstars, and women will do anything to get access to a high-value man like that because they know it's free money, free resources. They don't have to do shit but get fucked and show up, and they're going to have a pretty easy life, right? And that's why they go after these guys, because the guys have money and status, right? That's the big thing. And this chick right here wants to get access to Drake and Future, but she's not allowed to. And just take a look at what happens.
No! Oh! Oh no! Oh shit! Oh no!
Oh no! All right, so let's take a breakdown here. First of all, look at this man. This man is probably 6 foot tall. I would say at least 260 pounds. This is a big man. This is a very small woman. She looks like she's maybe 5'8", 5'7" in her heels. She's physically assaulting this guy who's bigger than her, and you can clearly see what happens right here. Nope, just yoked her up real quick.
Oh no!
Does she learn her lesson? Does she learn her lesson? The answer is no, because despite this huge man, okay, literally shoving her to the ground with one hand, one arm, okay, he reminds her to go back to her home, and her home is the street, and he pushes her straight down to the floor. However, once again, the delusion of Western woman is unmatched of any woman on the planet. Watch what happens. She says, "And what, bitch? And what?" And then she cocks back and throws a punch at this guy.
Oh shit!
And then she fucking gets yoked up one more time.
Oh no!
There's Future right there. Like, well, you know what he's thinking. Game over, sister. You just fucking got a lesson taught to you. Let's watch that one more time because it's just too good not to watch.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh shit! Oh
no! Oh man, I need the She Belongs to the Streets short program. My soundboard here. Sorry, babe, but your prince is in another castle. Again, but like I was saying, you know, like going back to this all. Delusion. Think about that. That girl is a well-known groupie in Los Angeles, says Rick Johnson. Very interesting. Congratulations on being known for being a whore. I'm sure your father is proud of you if he's even in your life. Based off of your character, he probably abandoned you. Rightfully so. And I just thought this was really fucking hilarious too. This is an honorable mention because, you know, we can't mention delusional.
Just a reminder that
we can't mention delusional Western women without seeing the typical delusional white chick, right? This is great right here.
Just a reminder that whiteness can still be the culprit, even if a hate crime is committed by another minority. White supremacy has many mouthpieces. Don't underestimate that. Just a reminder that whiteness can still be the culprit, even if a hate crime is committed by another minority. White supremacy has many mouthpieces. Don't underestimate that.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Now, let me just clear something up because I think I never actually gave a shit to look it up or use this as something to complain about. But I think theoretically I think technically I am a minority, right? Because my dad, he was white, and my mom is West Indian, right? basically Indian from the Caribbean. And I think that makes me a minority. But I never once ever thought to use my minority status or whatever as an excuse for my position in life. I never, whether it be up or down, I never thought to use this color of my skin as a scapegoat, right? So this right here really pisses me off because, like, what she's trying to say is, like, basically white people are involved in everything and white people are evil because somehow, even if there's a hate crime committed by a minority, being white and white supremacy is still the culprit. I don't even know what kind of ass backwards logic you have to go through to come to that conclusion. But what I do know is, sizing her up, you can tell that this lady, she's probably in her late 20s, right? Probably has her master's degree. No kids. Look at, she has like real shitty art on the wall, right? Dried, damaged hair. Looks underslept. Looks a little old, right? You can tell right here. I mean, based off of her, she looks like she's wearing some clothes from Lord of the Rings as well. Like, this chick just does not have her act together. But here she is on TikTok making videos, trying to virtue signal to the world that because of white supremacy, we need to, like, be more like her, which is basically like a self-hating white person. I don't understand. I really don't understand. It's just, someone saying this lady some cat food. Says Josh from eLive program. How's it going, Josh? Hilarious. Hilarious. We're going to close with this clip featuring the man of the hour. Going back to the Fresh and Fit podcast. We're going to talk one more about this. And I think this is an amazing clip. Okay. Guys, if you're not subscribed to Fresh and Fit podcasts, not that they need your subscriptions. They have 45,000 subscribers now, just blowing everybody out the water. Astronomical growth. I mean, just fantastic group, fantastic guys. I've met both of them. I was on the podcast. Really great information for men. Just raw interactions, raw information. I love it. I know Myron Gaines personally. I know Walt personally. Fresh Prince of Yale. His name is Walt. And great guys. Great guys. Walt picked me up in a Maserati at the airport. And they put me up in a nice hotel. And, you know, they actually wanted me to do an after hours podcast with those girls. That we went out to a nightclub with like 10 girls. And they wanted me to do one, but I was just like, I was there for Hot Dude Con. I was there to meet up with all the guys. I was just like, no, I just want to hang out with the guys from the group. I really don't feel like going on the podcast and talking to these girls because all the girls I talked to were just like, none of them were cute and they're all insufferable. And that's because I live in Tokyo and I'm spoiled for choice because there's so many beautiful women here. Let me go to the phone lines real quick, see if anybody's on. No one's on the phone lines. Let's close the phone lines out. There we go.
Thank you.
How would you close when I tell you close Skype? Check out what Aaron Clary has to say on the podcast here. Aaron Clary with the power pose. Look at that. Wearing the Captain America shirt. God bless Aaron Clary.
How could I put it? It's a minefield. Mm-hmm. It's and that was the book of numbers. I mean, I knew it was bad 20 years ago, 25 years ago.
He's saying dating is a minefield. I don't 100% agree with him, but I do believe that if you're unequipped and unready and definitely blue-pilled, if you're blue-pilled and not ready to go out in the real world and date, you're going to get in trouble for sure.
Ago when I was playing the field and out there dancing and all that. And then I rely on a lot of my clients and friends of mine who are still dating. And then, I'm like, oh boy, it's even getting worse. And you hear stories and you got to be intellectually honest. Well, is that an anecdote? Is it really that bad? And then I went and I started doing the research for the book of numbers. And the one thing that just really opened my eyes to realize how bad it was is when I went through 900 dating profiles to find out what % of the women had major deal breakers. And I came up with 8 major deal breakers. We're talking things about like,
let's do it.
Like STDs, leftist politics, worthless degrees, obesity, the obvious one that's immediately accessible. Yeah. And so you're just whittling down and destroying the thing. I mean, so it ended up being like 2.7% out of the 900 profiles. I think I found, was it 50, if 50 at all, whatever 2.7% of 900 was. And going through, and it was random. It wasn't like I was searching anything.
And I agree with what Aaron says here. Like sourcing girls from online dating. Because look, here's the deal, guys. Right? Typically, girls who are using online dating, these chicks, they're either A, addicted to sex, or B, there's something fundamentally broken with them because it's so easy to get a man in real life. Guys, think about how easy it is to catch us, right? If I wanted to catch me as a man and I was a girl, this is what I would do. I would go out with him. I would flatter him. I'd be nice to him. And I wouldn't make too much make too much trouble and like say shit that would insult him or be anything like that. And then I would have sex. And then when I'm done having sex, I would try to do something loving and nurturing and nice to me. Make me fucking, I don't eat sandwiches, but like, grill me steak, grill me a piece of chicken, cook me some Thai green curry, right? And then just don't be a pain in the ass. That's how easy it is to catch me. And you guys in the chat, you guys know how easy it is to catch you, right? Just like, think about that for a second. Rick Johnson, you got unbanned, buddy. It was just a mistake by one of my moderators. Sometimes he's too good looking and he forgets to live in reality. No, I'm just joking. I'm just fucking you, Artemis. I hope you don't take that as an insult. But Rick Johnson, you've been reinstated in the chat, buddy. I just saw that because I saw your comments. I agree with them. I just a little miscommunication there. But yeah, I think that fuck, I lost my train of thought there. What was I going with? What was Aaron saying? Oh yeah. So he sourced this data from online dating. But you have to realize that's like trying to find a healthy person in a pool of obese candidates, and we only found 2.7 people actually healthy in the pool of obese candidates. So I think that's where, and you guys know, I'm not shit talking Aaron at all. I disagree with the methodology he went through. Aaron never really was around for online dating. I don't think you've ever used Tinder or Bumble or OkCupid, Seeking, all that shit. So I think it's just a little incorrect in that sense. Okay, and don't go messaging him like MLD's talking shit about you. Good, nah. Okay. First of all, Aaron's on my side and I'm on his side. But I just want to clarify that I'm not like fucking dick riding him and just like, oh, anything he says, I'm going to support, right? Because like I said, I think that fundamentally speaking, if that's where you're pooling your data from, if that's where you're getting your sample size, it's going to be a flawed sample size.
The only thing I did was I did rural, city, and suburbs in 3 different towns, 100 apiece. So I got 900 to get a good statistical sampling. Yeah. And I was I'm not kidding, I was depressed where I'm like, they're fat, they're ugly, they're bitchy. Yep. They are not, and I'm not trying to say this for shtick, they don't want a guy. They really just want to go there, stand on their soapbox, and hope some Chris Pratt looking guy comes walking in with his millions and they are so far removed and so delusional from, they don't even consider that there's another party involved called the guy. Like, for example, I try to sell you on the mirror.
So then, I'm going to see talks about coins here. But yeah, that's what I've noticed is like, they don't understand. Like if you just look up the word relationship, it's like, it's in relation to the other party. But Western women, they don't want, this is what they want. Okay. This is not even what they want. This is what they believe they're entitled to. And I will say this, because say like, yeah, no, I don't think that's okay. I don't think what you want is okay for me. And they don't fucking stick up for themselves. And they succumb to these girls. They don't succumb to these. They succumb to the girls' wills. And, stream is wigging out on your side. Yeah, I'm getting weird shit on my end. It says YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, buffer viewers will experience buffers. Yeah, you're going to have to refresh the feed. And, yeah. Just refresh, and then you'll be back. Yeah, I'm dealing. I'm gonna get a new router. I don't know. My internet company says I have the best internet, but here we are. It's weird. I need a better router. That's what it is. Tarl's helping me out with that. But anyways, yeah, the average Western girl, they believe that they deserved, they believe that okay, streaming health is back to 100%, so we should be good to go. Looks like the reading now says we're at 100%. Good to go. All right, there we go. We're good. Yeah, guy, I'm going to play the fucking Russian video. If you keep on writing it in the chat, I'm going to fucking ban you, XPD15. Don't be stupid. I'm going to play it. Trust me. I'm not dumb. I'll remember. But yeah, they want the 6 foot tall guy. They want the 6-figure salary. They want the 6-pack abs. They want the 6-inch dick. And they want you, this is what they expect. They expect mind-blowing orgasms every time. Okay. They expect never to have any disagreements with you. They expect you to submit to their will and just have they expect life to be perfect. They expect nothing to go wrong. And the moment something goes wrong, they're out and they leave. And then what happens? They get on this endless dick cycle because they're searching for perfection. And it's like, bitch, you're not even perfect, first of all. Second of all, nobody's perfect, okay? And third of all, you're just going to, this is what's happening with women right now. This is what's happening with Western women, okay? 1, they get with a guy, okay? 2, guy fucks up, right? He's not perfect according to their standards, and then they fucking leave. And they blame the guy. They go on a smear campaign. They fucking hate the guy. It's all his fault, right? Yeah, perfect. John Fitch is in the house. He says, quote, I'm not happy, right? You know what the number one reason American women get divorced in America is because emotional emotional distress. That's what it is. Emotional distress. And then they tear the entire family apart. The number one destroyers of families in the world are American women. And they do it for money. Because they know the courts will give them child support. They know the courts will give them alimony. And they know guys are dumb enough to fucking sign that stupid marriage contract and get fucking raped in the ass for 18 years for alimony and child support. These bitches know these guys are fucking simps and dumb enough to get involved in that shit. Luckily, marriage rates are dropping because people realize the government's corrupt. Okay? And, we are seeing a bounce back right now, but that's what we're experiencing right now. And a lot of guys just don't have the balls to tell a woman the most powerful word in your vocabulary. It's a very simple word. The word is no. No. If you guys don't donate $100 right now, you're a beta male, you're a cuck, right. You're blue pill for life. You better send me $1,000 in donation right now. And that's Adriano Ramos with the $2 super chat says, "What fillings do you like inside your dal puri?" I like just chana is good. Chickpeas inside is good. Just crushed dal, the yellow one, that's good. It's fire. But let's go back to the clip here.
I got is that girls really think it's a shopping store. You go to the boyfriend store, the husband store, and I pick out this, and then so this disconnect, this inability to be, I don't know if it's apathetic or sympathetic, but be aware. It's the epitome of solipsism, where you're the only sentient entity that exists.
Yep.
Solipsism means every decision you believe, every decision you make is just you. It's all about you. Everything is about you. You. That's what it is.
And
Absolutely.
Everything else is a video game or an NPC. And that was the most prominent thing and the most depressing thing I found when I did this 900 profile survey. And so looking at it, I'm like, oh my gosh, it is as bad as all my friends and agents in the fields and clients are telling me.
And now I will say this, and again, this is nothing to disparage Aaron Clary, but the guys in Aaron's group, his community, they're not as red-pilled as the rest of us. I've seen some of these guys. Some of these guys are turned off by me because they're like, oh, he's too harsh, or he's too this, he's too that. I'm like, no, bitch, I live in reality. And you ask any guy that's come to my fucking community, the majority of these guys have gotten massive results because I am the best dating coach in the fucking world. And I'm the best because my students are the best. You don't judge a teacher by his curriculum. You judge a teacher by his students. And my guys get the results. Aaron is, again, I'm not attacking Aaron. I'm not saying anything. I think that he's has a little bit of wrong with his perception, but a lot of his guys saying like, oh, this sucks and that sucks and blah, blah, blah. But like, one of his best friends, his name is Atham, and Atham is in my community, and Atham has been having a phenomenal sex life. And Atham is not like a rich guy or anything. He's a guy on his come up. He's getting his engineering degree, and he works in a hotel. And he was smashing some pretty hot girls, and he still is. And, but he came over to my community, and he got help from me, and we helped him get to the next level. So I think, like I said, I'm not disparaging Aaron whatsoever. Okay, smash the like button right now. Do it, motherfucker. And but I'm just saying that I believe that it is a little bit of a misconception on his end, because a lot of his guys, they're kind of mediocre guys. They're not shooting for excellence. And that is not the way to go in regards to having a above average sex life. To have an above average sex life, you have to be above average.
And the numbers just got worse the more I looked into different things and stuff like that. And so my opinion of the dating market and the dating scene right now is, let's be very careful. Women don't need you. And for the most part, they don't want you.
Yeah.
And they only want, and this is where I want you to write the Myron addendum at a later edition for the book. And I think your research and your numbers are very on the vanguard of things.
Oh yeah, I try.
Unless you are indeed a top alpha type of male.
Yeah.
These girls have no interest in you.
Yep.
And because they can get a sampling, they can share an alpha instead of have their own beta.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of it, you're also competing against their career and themselves and their politics and other agency, point, and purpose in life, reasons they've been given to live by what they've been told, and then
by what they've been indoctrinated with. Okay, this is all goes back to indoctrination. Listen, you guys gotta really soak up the knowledge and understand what is happening in America. They are getting brainwashed with a communist agenda, most likely sent from China, throughout our educational system that says, because feminism is the gateway to communism via socialism. Okay, and these girls are so easily manipulated. The number one victims in feminism is women. The number one victims. They're the ones being told, hey, you don't need a man. You want to stay at home and have children and work and live and pay taxes and all this stuff. Like, how can I put this? The average Western woman is being told that being a housewife, despite feminism saying it's all about equality. And this, again, guys, I want to clarify, this is for educational purposes, so you guys can understand what I'm saying. I'm not trying to complain. I'm not trying to cry, but this is for you to understand the other half of the deal in the West, which is women, what you're really dealing with, okay? These girls, they are being told that staying home and starting a family, despite saying feminism saying we want women to make the free choices, if a woman chooses to be a housewife, she is a lesser being. She is a lesser person, is what they're trying to say. The real reason behind feminism is this. Marriage, two people become one entity, one rent, right? One electricity bill, one car payment, one insurance payment, one tax unit. But when feminism comes along and splits them up, guess what? The corporations can make more money. Now I got two rents. Man pays his rent, woman pays her rent. Two cell phone bills, okay, 100. Two electricity bills, two water bills, two gas bills, two internet bills, two Netflix subscriptions, two Hulu subscriptions. You see what I'm saying? That's the real difference there. So thinking about that is, when you really just think about that, that is like the true objective of the feminist brainwashing that's coming through the universities. Yeah, and then Alex Martinez perfectly says, Artemis, it's all about depopulation. Feminism, shitty diets, obesity, beta males, vaccines. Absolutely. Absolutely, dude. It's a socialist agenda that they're trying to bring in communism. And quite frankly, it's working. Has anybody noticed this, by the way, when we talk about these Asian Lives Matters protests right now, right? God forbid if 6 Asian men were killed, nobody would really give a fuck, right? But 6 Asian women, time to burn down the city, baby. Time to burn it all down, one by one. Let's destroy white people, the great oppressors who let us into the country. Let's do it. Let me find this fucking... I get so many mentions on my Twitter, but I really want to show this. If you take a look at the signs for the protesters in New York, they fill the exact same motive and agenda and design as the Black Lives Matter and the Antifa posters. And at the bottom it says, paid for like the socialists and communism parties of America. Where's the date today? I can't even find it. God damn it. Shit, I really wanted to shoot this video. Oh well. Shogunai, nah. Shucks. All right, well, let's go back to the video here.
And also, they got the government to bail them out as a lender of last resorts of sorts, where
Tommy Bahamas in the house. What's up, baby? Love you so much.
They really don't need you, and they're programmed not to want you. And unless you are the perfect man that they were told that they are entitled to, they have no interest. And
6'5" Chad, nice teeth,
yeah,
muscular,
right. 666, whatever. I mean, it's
well, women. I'll tell you this, Aaron. Like when we bring women on our late night podcast, one of the questions we like to ask is, "Well, what do you want in a guy?" And man, it's amazing. I think one woman has described a guy that is not in the top 3 or 5%.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's and then what we do is, so we tell them, we ask them.
So, you know, that's just the take right there in general. And I think it kind of speaks for itself. Somebody said a $5 super chat, and so we'll show you how Russians deal with police. Russian pussy riot. Police. Oh, this video is fantastic. Okay. Let's see. I gotta find the video where. Oh, this is like the chopped up version. Let me see. Russian police pussy riot. Can you link me to someone? Is this it? Okay, here. I think this is it. This is what the guy sent the $5 super chat for. All right, here they go. This is like a Russian band of girls. They're trying to do some kind of protest against Putin. Y'all know in Russia they don't play. They got their women in check. And if you've ever been to Russia, you ever see Russian women? They're smoke shows, bro. Beautiful. Country of 20 million people. Smoke shows. Here they go. Trying to protest. Here we are. We are here to protest.
Езжайте оттуда, приехали, Путин научит нас. Езжайте. Ослабли.
Путин научит тебя любить родину.
Езжайте, Путин научит нас любить родину. Стоять, понятно.
I like how these Russian police carry around whips.
Сотрудники полиции передали извинения. Парад упал.
That was a successful protest. Delusional. I mean, you know, that's the, you know, celebrity chicks typically tend to like lean more left and be more liberal because they're just drunk on power and nobody really tells them what to do. In final thoughts, I'd just like to leave you guys with a real positive message here. And I found this, and I just think this guy is so based, so just unbiased. And I just want to say that you guys, you know, I think that really there is, it's just, I don't want you to go through life feeling hopeless. That's the number one thing I want to get through, because I know so many people like to be red pill rage videos and, you know, oh, you know, the West is burning and we got to have red pill rage porn and be upset and everything's terrible and oh, we're all going to go down and it's all game over, man. And, just give up. It's over. Life's over. It's a very defeatist mentality to have. Okay. And I want to just leave you guys with a good message of hope here for you men to realize that it's okay to be a man. And it's actually great to be a man. Take a look at this. What this guy has to say. Pretty based. Pretty based. Let's put my beautiful face back on the camera because we just can't have my face not on the screen here.
Tell me what men bring to the table.
Well, we probably built the table, and we probably farmed all the meat and the vegetables that are going on your plate that's on the table. We also probably worked on the water mains that enable you to fill up your kettle or have a glass of water with your food that we farmed to put on the table that we built. Or maybe you want a beer with the dinner from the food that we farmed on the table that we built. Well, we probably worked at the breweries to produce that beer that you can drink to eat with the food that we farmed on the table that we built.
Now, right now, it's raining outside, so I would much rather eat my food that's been farmed by men on the table that's been built by men indoors.
Who built this house? Men. Men laid the foundations for the male bricklayers to build a house that the male roofers could put a roof on, so then you and I and everyone else could eat their dinner farmed by men, drink the drink that's been produced by men on the table that's been built by men. So I think we bring more than enough to the table.
Boom, baby. Suck on that. Listen, guys, it's Monday. It's Money Monday. Get out there. Do your best, okay? Crush this week. I woke up to a monsoon of trouble today on my Monday, and I have to fix it. And it's okay because now I'm having a great day. I recovered. I went to the gym with my buddy Federico. Hit 225 for 2 reps after not being in the gym for 3 weeks. Feels fantastic. And I just think that, using today's episode, just know that in your heart of hearts, you have a strategic advantage over most women because you live in reality. And at the end of the day, reality always wins. And if you're listening to me right now, you're a hot dude, okay? And the Hot Dude Army is a global network, and you are focusing on the 3 things that matter in life. Make money, make muscles, learn game. You go out there today, you have a wonderful day, you work hard, you keep building yourself up as a man, and I will see you here tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't forget, April 1st, we got something big coming on the channel here. Stick around. Until then,